The sound was sharp, metal on metal, glass breaking, then a terrible quiet. Harry Stone stood beside his wrecked car. He felt the world spin. He had been drinking. He had hit two girls. They were on the ground, not moving. Fear, cold, absolute, gripped him. He knew his life was over. His career, his freedom. The streetlights cast long, accusing shadows on the asphalt. He wanted to run, to disappear, but his legs were frozen to the spot. A black car pulled up. It was sleek and silent. Sue stepped out. She was Harry's mother. Her face was a mask of control. She did not look at the girls. She looked at her son. A man in a suit followed her. This was her lawyer. The hospital administrator took the black card. The machine beeped. A red light flashed. Declined. He swiped it again. Declined. He tried a third time. His movements now slow and deliberate. The result was the same. Declined. A murmur rippled through the staff. Sue's perfect composure began to crack. That card was her certainty, the foundation of her power, now just an object. Inert. Powerless. The administrator looked at her. Pity. Professional distance.
"I'm sorry, ma'am," he said, his voice quiet but clear. "The payment will not go through."
The words hung in the sterile air. For the first time, a situation was beyond her control. The untouchable woman had hit a wall she could not buy her way through. More than a financial issue, a public failure, a signal. Their fear shifted. Doubt. Doubt in Sue's promises. Her ability to control the outcome. The silence she bought was at risk. The first crack in her impenetrable armor. Through it, a new reality seeped in. Money and influence might not save her son. So yeah. A woman in plain clothes stepped forward. She wore simple slacks, a blouse. No one had noticed her before. She had been standing quietly in the corner, observing.
"I can cover this."
People turned to look at this newcomer. Who was she? She did not look wealthy. She did not look powerful. She looked ordinary, yet quietly, unnervingly sure. Disbelief, then a slow, dawning recognition. Mona? It was Mona Lane, Evan's wife. Mona was supposed to be a quiet background figure, a decorative wife. To see her here in control made no sense. There was no triumph in her eyes, just a quiet resolve.
"It's all taken care of, Sue."
Mona explained nothing more. She did not need to. She had been planning this for a long time. She knew about Evan's affairs and his casual cruelty. She knew about the company's fragile finances, propped up by risky deals and hidden debts. All the while, Mona was gathering evidence, bank statements, recorded calls, assistance notes, a complete record of his deceptions, a case, piece by piece, receipt by receipt. Her invisibility was her greatest weapon, free to see everything. Right. The next morning, an emergency board meeting was called. Evan Stone walked in, confident and dismissive. He assumed it was a minor financial issue. He saw Mona sitting at the table. He almost laughed. He looked at the board members. Their faces were grim. No one would meet his eye. A king in a kingdom that was no longer his, still playing a game that had already ended. Mona did not speak at first. Her lawyer stood up. He presented the evidence. Bank statements showing massive, unauthorized transfers, recordings of Evan discussing illegal business practices, sworn affidavits detailing his corporate malfeasance. The evidence was overwhelming, precise, undeniable. Each document was a nail in the coffin of Evan's career. The board's vote was quick. It was unanimous. Evan Stone was removed as CEO, effective immediately, stripped of title, salary, car, and accounts. The board then voted again. Mona Lane was appointed interim CEO. She had the knowledge, she had the evidence, and a new line of credit, saving the company from ruin.
"You? You did this?" he spat.
Mona looked back, unreadable. She did not need to say a word. They escorted him from the room. In that boardroom's cold light, he understood his mistake. Later that day, Evan saw Sue outside the hospital. "The card. It's still not working. We need money." He looked at her. The casual cruelty he usually reserved for enemies now turned on his own mother.
"Get your own money," he said. "I'm busy."
The woman who walked like a queen was now just another worried mother. That evening, she tried a desperate move. She went on a live stream. A virtuous son, a vindictive wife, Mona as liar and manipulator. For a few hours it worked, but Mona was prepared. Payments to mistresses. Evan laughing about the accident, saying his mother would handle it. The narrative reversed instantly. Sympathy to outrage. His image disintegrated. He was cornered, desperate. He made one last foolish move. He hired a man to take care of Mona. He handed over a briefcase of cash, the last of his personal funds. He celebrated that night, alone, smiling. He thought he had finally won. He thought he had eliminated the source of his problems, blissfully unaware his final move was his final mistake. Evan did not know that Mona had anticipated this. She documented his escalating threats, angry voicemails, menacing texts. She had given everything to the police. They were already watching him. They had been for days. He thought he was the hunter. He had been the prey all along. His every move tracked by systems he thought he commanded. When he hired the hitman, he was hiring an undercover officer. The entire conversation was recorded. The money exchange photographed. As he celebrated, officers were already moving in. They arrested him leaving the restaurant, the smile still on his face. The cuffs clicked. Cameras flashed. His victory was a ghost, a brief illusion before the final curtain fell. Mona Lane never raised her voice. She never sought the spotlight. Her power was not in spectacle. It was in preparation, in the quiet, methodical collection of receipts, in the patience to wait for the right moment. She let Evan believe he was in control. She let Sue believe she was in control. She let them build their own prison. In the end, her victory was quiet but absolute. She took over the company. She cared for the victims. She dismantled what he built. Not with a bomb, but with precise, undeniable facts. The cost of underestimating a patient person is everything you have.